Hey everyone, Dr. D here, and this is DDR podcast number 5. It's been a few months since the last one, but we're going to be making up the months of May, June, and July, and hopefully the coming weeks. So I'm really glad to be back here in the podcast situation because, well, I love playing DDR and I love streaming it, but it's also good to get a group of people who are passionate about DDR like I am, and to the viewers at home, and discuss DDR on a more, I don't know, casual level and not just trying to score attack all the time. So this is going to be DDR podcast number 5, and wow, we got a pretty big roster of people who are going to be joining us. We have lots of topics we're going to be covering. I believe they're either on that side or that side. I forget how cameras work. But yeah, we're going to be covering a bunch of topics ranging from a recent trip that I made to some new DDR songs, charts, and events. And we're going to be talking about some summertime goals. Summer is here. A lot of people like to make boosts and try their best during summers and achieve goals before the end of it. So we're going to be discussing all this and more, and we are also going to be taking some of your questions in the YouTube comments. We're not going to be live on Twitch this time, so if you have any comments, make sure you put them into the YouTube chat bar, which should be displayed on the screen if I did it right. Anyways, we're going to get started by introducing the people who are going to be joining us. And like I said, we have a pretty big roster. A few of the faces are definitely going to be familiar, with a few new ones, which is always wonderful. We're going to start with a familiar face, and I'd let Dgraham take it from here. Dgraham, say hi to the YouTube audience.
Alright, cool. Hello, everybody. Dgraham 13 right at you. I'll never do that again, sorry. So I am a DDR player that you all should know, hopefully. I mean, it's kind of conceited, but I don't care. I'm happy to be on the podcast again. My YouTube channel name is Dgraham13. It's D-Money Sacks on Twitter. It's Dgraham13 on whatever. It's on Instagram, on Club Penguin. It's on all that shit. It's on Webkins. Never mind, I don't know. Anyway, that's me. Hope you all have a good time, as I will be having today.
All right, thank you. And we also have Devil's Lynn, which, by the way, Devil's Lynn, can you start by telling me, did you ever join a podcast before?
No, I have never joined a podcast before. This is my first time.
All right, so give a big introduction. Let them know what you're all about.
Okay, hi, I'm Devil's Lynn. My favorite thing to do is make graphic designers, jackets, backgrounds, and also I'm also a Dance Revolution player. I have 2 MFCs right now, and
Well, don't leave us hanging. What are they? What are the MFCs?
there's I'm difficult, and the other one, it's like something chorus.
Oh, the Polynesian and
Yeah.
chorus dances and chorus. Yeah, was that on difficult or basic or
Yeah, that was on difficult.
Okay, not bad. Yeah, you're gonna get your first expert pretty soon. All right, is there anything else you'd like to share, or you want to give the spotlight away?
I don't think I have anything else to share.
All right, then we're gonna move on. We have Quickman, and he's definitely joined us, especially for the last one. But if you guys missed it or don't know who he is, he's gonna introduce himself now.
Hello, I'm Quickman. I come from Britain. I'm in Australia right now on holiday. But I'm back again on the podcast, hopefully to talk a little more clearly than last time, because that was a massive issue. But yeah, I'm here and doing something, I guess.
All right. If that's all, that's fine. Yeah, we do have a couple messages. Dgraham, you might have to shout or something because they say it's a little low. But yeah, definitely if you're in the
Down to 45.
if you are in the YouTube audience, please let us know who's coming in loud and clear, who's a little softer. If anyone's too loud, which I doubt that's going to be a problem. But yeah, we're going to be trying to adjust audio levels as we go along. And if we can't adjust the levels, we're going to adjust our diaphragms by just shouting into the mics. All right, we do have one more person joining us on the Hangouts. By the way, I'm just introducing the Hangouts people first because they're brave enough to use a webcam, even though Devil's Lin is not, but I'll let that slide. The last person who's brave enough to use a webcam is, of course, Quincy. Quincy, please introduce yourself.
Hi.
Oh, that's not Quincy? Oh my god. No, my god. Who's this? No, that's Shrouded Bokeys. Oh my god. Just pretend I didn't say anything. Alright, Shrouded Bokeys, please take it away. This is what your Patreon money goes to. High production quality, people.
Alright, I'm Fresca. My channel is Fresca/Clubman8. It's kind of have to really look it up to find it, because long story. I'm not really a good DDR player, but I play DDR. And I don't know. I only made like the last 20 minutes of the last podcast, so it's good to be back on for the full time.
Yeah, assuming you don't drop out early, you might actually get a full session. Great. All right, like I said, they are not the only ones joining us. In fact, we have a pretty large roster. So the next person is also really Quincy this time. I'm not going to screw it up. Quincy, please introduce everyone.
Hi, my name is Quincy Martin. My YouTube channel is my name. It's Quincy Martin. All I do is play Stepmania and make edits, pretty much for a living, I guess. There's nothing really else you need to know about me except that I make edits.
Okay.
I'm one of the few people in this community that likes degrees. Anywho, that's all you need to know about me. That's it.
Okay, and who are we going to go to next? How about PunkRose? You've been pretty quiet.
Hello everyone, this is PunkRose, and on YouTube I'm PunkRoseBlitz, and I also go by Quincy Martin, just to not confuse everyone.
Oh yeah, that doesn't confuse anyone.
But yeah, I keep saying this again, but I am still stuck in this reverse harem, except it's bigger this time, and that's all I have to say.
Alright, and let's see, who am I missing? How about Pie Guy? What's that? Pie Guy, 314159. Why don't you jump in and say some inspiring words?
Hey everyone, I'm Pie Guy. My YouTube name is Pie Guy 314159 because I keep it simple. I'll probably be here more of a longer than anything. I don't really talk much, but you know it's in my nature because I'm a stealth player.
Mm-hmm. Give us the first 30 digits to pi. Ready, go.
3.141593653589793268462643383279.
This guy, if you guys haven't seen it, this is the very guy on YouTube. How can they find your YouTube channel? It's just Pie Guy 314159. Yeah, if you look him up, he's got some insane DDR feats. If you guys are impressed with my MFCs, I'm more impressed with the shit that he's dishing out. He can stealth. What are you at? He's more than 50% done of stealthing extreme on expert. Is that correct?
55% now.
55. Yeah, his goal is to one day stealth all of extreme expert. He can already do it on the extreme home edition. Is that correct? Is that JP or that's the Japanese?
The JP one.
Yeah, he can already stealth. He can put it on non-stop mode and endless mode. Sorry, endless mode. He can put it on endless mode stealth and not fail until he just gives out of exhaustion.
Not consistently though.
Yeah, he's a tryhard. Okay, we get it. All right. Well, thank you very much, Pie Guy, for joining us. And Pie Guy is also responsible for helping keep up to date my MFC tracker. So if you guys ever click on that on my Twitter account, that's pretty up to date in a large part thanks to Pie Guy and a few other community members who help me periodically update it. So thank you again. Did I miss anyone?
Don't think so.
Nuh-uh.
Okay, then. I believe we got everyone. That's great. So we're just going to dive into the first topic. As you guys could see, the first topic is Dr. D's absence and Hong Kong. That should be Trip. It looks like I ran out of space. You see? I'm not lying. There, I just shrank it down. You can see it. All right. So a lot of you know that, well, if you follow me, I really haven't been doing a lot of live streams recently. I haven't been doing a lot of regular uploads, and it kind of breaks my heart, to be honest. My last live stream was on June 30th, I believe. That's coming up on 2 weeks now. That's a long time without a live stream. And even before that, I was really kind of a lot more sporadic in my play sessions. Usually I do a good 3-4 streams a week, but like if you look at the previous weeks, it's been like maybe just 1 or maybe 2, and it's been a whole lot of reasons why. Of course, like always, it was first brought on by sickness, and then after the sickness, I lost my skill and my motivation, and then I just stopped playing, and yada yada yada. It's a snowball effect, and this is all amplified extremely by my monitor situation. So, quick updates for what's happened and what's happening now on my monitor. For the longest time, you've never heard me peep a word about my monitor. Why? Because there was nothing to complain about. My monitor was fine. I had no complaints. I had absolutely nothing to complain about. Then earlier this year, I'd want to say sometime in late March, possibly April, my monitor started acting a little funny. It started by going dimmer, and eventually it just stopped turning on. At that point, my arcade decided to switch out and swap the monitors. They first tried a Drum Mania monitor, which had terrible burn-in, and was just overall not up to snuff if you compared it to the old one. That affected my gameplay a lot. I continually complained, and they said they bought a new one, a new CRT kind of, and it also wasn't good. Now, I'm hearing recently that it's probably just not calibrated right, and if that's the case, I will try calibrating it in the near future. But what I was given was not really up to my standard, and it definitely affected gameplay. Now, at this moment, I would like to address something. Whenever I do talk about this topic, a lot of people say that it shouldn't really make any difference. CRTs are CRTs. They have the same timing, they have the same input lag, it shouldn't make a difference. And though I can concede that probably there's nothing timing-wise differently, the presentation or the look aesthetic does affect me. Now, should it affect me? If I was a better player, should it affect me? Yeah, probably not, but in practice, it does. It really bothers me when I see it's a little darker, the depth is a little different, or just the tint, the hue, just any kind of micro change, it affects me greatly. Like anything but what I'm used to playing on, it's the only thing I can basically play on. And that is something I really envy about a lot of players. One of the things I envy the most when I see some of the top level players is they can perform well under any conditions. Like for me to perform well, it's something I really wish I could change. But for me to perform well, I need to, get a good night's sleep beforehand. I got to eat several hours before I play. I have to eat the right kind of food. When I go to the arcade, I need to do the right kind of stretches. I need to wear 4 pairs of socks on each foot. I need to, tie my shoes really tight and snugly. I need to wipe down the pad. I have to do such a long step process. And then I see players who are just at the arcade casually, jump on the pad and do something I could only do if I did all the steps that I did. And included in that is also the presentation of the machine, which is what I was getting to. So how it is now, and after the new monitor that they bought, I really couldn't time on that. I couldn't time on it because it just felt really different, and it gave me very low motivation to keep playing. Eventually, they were able to resurrect the old original monitor, and I ended up using that for several more months, up until recently, obviously. And the only problem was it was operating at like 50% brightness almost, and it had a pretty large bluish hue to it. It kind of threw off the colors, and it did affect gameplay, but I was able to adapt to it. It wasn't ideal, but I was able to adapt to it, which is why I still kept a steady flow of MFCs going forward. Now, flash forward. That's something we say. fast forward. Yeah, that's it. I was wondering. So, fast forward to up till recently, the original monitor completely died. Now, the only thing I got from them is the monitor seems like it doesn't receive any more power to it. There's no more power getting to it. It won't even turn on when you turn the machine on. Hence the blasphemous stream that I did a couple of weeks ago, where because I went to the arcade in the middle of the night. You know, I was trapped there, and that's when I found out that the monitor was completely broken. And I wasn't going to leave without getting a good exercise, so I just jumped over to that Pump It Up machine, that poor Pump It Up machine, when it was least expecting. Took out a wrench and some screwdrivers and went to work. Oh, the humanity! I should be charged for war crimes, but that at least let me play for that day, and I'm glad that it did, because at least I got the exercise. But that wasn't going to be a long-term solution for obvious reasons. If you thought the other monitors were bad, I mean, that was wow. Because if I remember correctly, like Pump has such a wide window, they don't really care about latency when they're choosing their monitors for the TV, because the window usually pads it up pretty well, so it doesn't really matter about if there's lag or latency. But for DDR gameplay, yeah, that was pretty awful. Which brings us to the most recent. So the most recent, they changed back to the new monitor that they bought. Now, again, it might be that it's just not calibrated right, and I would look into that. But I'm still looking for a better solution for it. That's my alarm for when I'm supposed to wake up to do the live stream. But we
That's what we're paying for. We're paying for professional content.
yeah, nothing but the best. I know I'm rambling for a while, but I'm,
573 out of 10.
which, by the way, it probably looks really interesting right now because there's like two of my faces on the screen at the same time.
Oh yeah, I was thinking that.
That must be hilarious to look at.
But 2 Dr. D's? What?
And they're mirrored too.
Yeah, they're mirrored. Yeah, that's even better.
Twins.
Okay, so to wrap up my current situation, which, you know, this is kind of touching on the topic I'm going to be talking about later, but I still want to finish my train of thought, or I'll completely lose it. So I changed back to that monitor. I really can't play on it long term. I'm not even sure if I've ever gotten an MFC on that monitor. It was really hard. I've only been able to get MFCs on the old monitor that was operating at like half brightness. So I need something to change. I don't know what it is. I've been trying to discuss with a lot of people. My arcade is open to buying a new machine, so we are looking to purchase a new red machine. It doesn't matter which mix it is. It can even be a Supernova, Supernova 2, X1, X2, X3, 2013, 2014. It doesn't really matter. Because, in fact, that machine will never be online, and we literally just want that machine so we can swap out the monitor with that one, and then the other machine is hopefully an offline other game that we can play. But that's option number one. But after talking to several more people, there is a second option that looks pretty promising. So if you remember, I did use the Drum Mania cabinet, but it was impossible to play on because of all the burn-in. It was pretty bad. But someone had the bright idea of telling me that if we just swap the components on the Drum Mania CRT with the tube, the TV of the good DDR machine, or the good monitor that I like, it should fix all the problems. That way, the monitor's not dead anymore. It'll turn on, and the tube is fine. It doesn't have a terrible burn-in, and it should work. And that sounds like it makes a lot of sense, and I'm really banking on this. If this can work, I'm not going to have any more monitor problems going forward. But I already told the arcade they're open to the idea, but I think they kind of need to research how to do it. I might end up having to ask some of the people in the community to help me out with that. But it looks like there's progress being made. And until then, I'll be playing on a white machine or ITG at home. So yeah, that's about all. So I think we can kind of cross off the Dr. D future right now. All right. So I'm gonna let you guys jump in. Was there any other questions you had? Because obviously a lot of people have been asking me like what's been going on recently. Did I answer all the questions, or is there any other ideas? I mean, I'll take suggestions. If you have a better suggestion of how to solve this issue, I'd love to hear it. So I'll bring it to you guys. Just jump in.
Well, I mean, I think what you said about looking for another cabinet to take, if I'm seeing this correctly, to look into another cabinet to take the monitor from. I don't know if I took that correctly. I think that's a good approach for this. If anything else, to restore this whole arcade situation.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, and I really like that idea the most. Actually, the reason why I like that idea the most is because I'd love a second monitor. Sorry, a second machine. I mean, if I can have like a Supernova 2 or an X1. Wow, if I had an X1, that'd be amazing. If I had a different machine, that'd be awesome to play on once in a while. And though it doesn't usually get crowded, it'd be nice that people can go to the other machine while they're waiting for DDR. And I'd probably be more tempted to play on the weekends. One of the reasons why I avoid playing on the weekends there is because I'm afraid that there'll be people there. And yeah. So, I don't know. I like that idea the most. But then again, that is the most costly. And if you guys know businesses like an arcade, they're going to try to do the lowest cost solution. Anyone else have any questions or suggestions?
Well, you definitely have a better chance of getting an old machine than you would of getting like another DDR cab.
Yeah.
For an arcade.
And like that's the whole point of why I'm even mentioning about another machine, because there's no way I'm going to get like a standalone monitor. Any standalone monitors are going to be from like a Drummania or Guitar Freaks, and it's going to have the same issue. So just getting a standalone monitor seems like out of the question. It seems like it'd be easier to just get another machine. That would just be easier. And besides that, I think there was something else I was going to mention. Oh, and yeah, the monitor doesn't. No, hold on, let me start that again. The monitor maker, they don't make it anymore, obviously, and they also don't repair. They don't sell components. They don't sell parts. So that's out of the question. That's why we haven't been able to do that. All right, Punk Rose, were you saying something?
Yeah, this doesn't have to do with the monitor, but like, has to do with your Hong Kong trip, like how that turned out and whatnot. Because something good came out of it.
Oh yeah. So yeah, that's kind of like what I was going to go into next. I just didn't want to talk all about that and then segue immediately into that. I wanted to give a little break for you guys to chat. I don't want to. The podcast should be shared amongst everyone, not just me rambling for 90% of it.
But you're the star.
All right, so let's talk about the Hong Kong trip. So, I got something in my throat. Okay, so yeah, let's talk about my Hong Kong trip. So last week I went to Hong Kong. It's been a long time since I've been to Hong Kong for more than a few days at a time. I was visiting Calvin. Now, some of you might remember Calvin. He was visiting me earlier this year, which, by the way, if you guys are ever visiting Taiwan, hit me up. I'm kind of a pretty nice house. I was going to say guest, but I meant host. I'm a pretty good house host.
He has a pretty nice house. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a good house. So, Calvin was visiting me earlier this year, and we had a blast. He's actually a pretty good Hong Kong player. He's about to hit 100 MFCs on Expert Challenge. He's no small potatoes. He's pretty good. Yeah, you'd be surprised. There's a lot of lesser known players that American audiences just wouldn't know. You just know the big names, and everyone else is off the radar. But yeah, he's a really good player. And we had a lot of fun in Taiwan, but I wanted to go visit him in Hong Kong. And Hong Kong is a really interesting story. If I could share my little history. Now, I used to go to Hong Kong all the time. Like, I'm talking like 3-4 times a year. Like, I had a blast going to Hong Kong. Several years ago, Hong Kong was like the DDR spot in Asia besides Japan, obviously. they had the most machines. And Hong Kong is very small. I don't know if you guys know how small Hong Kong is, but it's freaking tiny. And there were about 12, 13, possibly even 14 machines on the island. This was in the peak. This was like DDR X1, X2 days. But since then, all the arcades have closed down. It's almost ridiculous to think about what's happened there. There used to be so many machines, and now just one. It's ridiculous. I can't believe they've gone from some of the most machines in a single place, to just one. All the arcades closed down. It's such a sad story. And I used to go there in the heyday when everyone was playing, and I was like a celebrity there whenever I visited. And it was a blast. It was so much fun going to Hong Kong, but it completely changed. But they still have one machine, and I wanted to go there, and I also wanted to help out Calvin. So when I went there this time, I did bring some material to do some modifications to the pad. And boy, their pad was really bad. It kind of makes it more impressive, the scores that Calvin gets, because, wow, those are some of the worst pads I've ever seen. And the arcade staff, they were not very nice. It was like pulling teeth to let them agree to, hello there. Looks like my dog is joining us. Let's say hello to him. I got a pupper. Isn't that right? You guys are going to be seeing that in like 20 seconds.
Yeah,
Hold on.
hey, Snowflake.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh.
Watch as the view count goes up.
Oh, hi, Kyoto.
Oh. Oh. He's gotten a lot better. Kyoto's another person who visited me last year. There's Snowflake. Okay, anyways. So, where was I talking about? So, the one machine in Hong Kong, I helped fix it up, but I didn't have enough time because the arcade staff there were pretty strict. They didn't want me to really mess around too much. So, I kind of just like leveled it up a bit and called it a day. I didn't really get to fine-tune it. There's still a lot of pad problems by the time I was playing. But long trip short, I played there almost every day. And I had a pretty good time because even though the pads were not really that great, even after my modification, and the arcade is loud as hell, the machine volume was really low, the distance of the pad to the screen was incredibly far, and I can list more and more problems, but guess what? The monitor was perfect, and it felt great. In the end, I walked away, I think, with 4 MFCs, including my first MFC ever with no video whatsoever. Yeah, that kind of breaks my heart. So, who remembers what song was that?
Well said challenge.
Oh wow. Yeah.
The one that you've been talking about forever. You didn't get video of.
Yeah, that's the one.
Challenge.
So it looks like I'm going to be replaying that because it just feels so incomplete. The only other song I really need to replay is Freeze Expert. And there's video of it, but like the main video is broken. It's just the webcam, foot cam of it. But if you listen really carefully and you put it through like an audio track and you see when I stepped, you can know that it was within the time frame for the Marvel. I don't know. It'd be funny if someone tried like analyzing it. Like forensically analyzing it to see if I was trying to cheat that MFC.
Chris already called you out, so.
Oh, that was on Wild Side, but yeah, he called me out all right. So yeah, all in all, the Hong Kong trip was good. I got Wild Side, then I got Suguru, which was really surprising. I just always assume going into the ending, I'm like, it's gonna come. I'm gonna get Suguru. Yeah, Apple Mix. I always assume that I'm going to get a perfect at the end. So my reaction is just like, if it comes, it comes. And then this time it didn't come, and I'm like, wait, how am I supposed to react? I didn't get a perfect. I was kind of like... Alright, he wants to go down. There you go. Good. Good.
Bye, pupper.
What was the other one? I got the really, really hard one. Brazilian Anthem. Holy shit. Yeah, no one got that. No one got Brazilian Anthem before. That one is pretty nuts. The world record was 2. I got 1 on it while I was there. I played it a few more times. I didn't get it. But then the next day I played it 2 times and I got it. I was pretty surprised. Brazilian Anthem is no joke. So I'm pretty glad about that. And actually, I got a 4th one, and I didn't tell anyone about it. I guess I will reveal it now. Dun, dun, dun. Any guesses? Let's play a game. What song was it? You get 1 hint. It's a level 13. It's a level 13. Okay, we're gonna go through a line. Okay, starting with Dgraham. What song do you think it is? Level 13. It's not on the list. I didn't even tell Pie Guy, the person I always tell to update. I got it like on my last day, and I had I was in a rush.
Could it be Daikin Kai, unless you already got that?
Already challenge? No, it's not that. Devil's Lin, what do you think? And YouTube audience, you can take your guesses as well. Which one? The only 13 that I have left on Paranoia is Dirty Mix X Special or Paranoia X Special. Those are the only 2 13s that I have left in the Paranoias. But I'm going to save you some time. No. Okay, next one. Quickman. Quickman is absent. Okay, moving on. Fresca. Graduate. Oh man, I wish. I was thinking about getting that, but I didn't get it. No. It's actually a pretty easy. Okay, I'll give you one kind of big hint. If you guys know your history, you'll know this. I will just say this: the doubles challenge chart was misrated and later corrected. Oh, Genome Screams? No, but that's a very fun. That's a very fun doubles chart.
You got that one really early, didn't you?
Yeah, on doubles. Alright, quick man, we're trying to guess which MFC did I get in Hong Kong that I did not tell anyone. It's a level 13, and the clue is on doubles, it was misrated on challenge and later corrected. Yeah, so that was a bad guess. I'm sure someone in the YouTube audience know it.
It's the way, so a 13 that you got an MFC on, and it was misrated on the doubles.
Yes.
I'm trying to think of a challenge.
It has a challenge chart. I would tell you what it's rated on.
Did you get it on expert or challenge?
I got it on expert on single. I got it on single expert, but it has a challenge chart, and back in.
Sakura.
That would be a really nice one, but that's not what I got. Anyone else?
Well, before you gave the hints, I was gonna scream at you if you got doll challenge, but it's probably not that.
No, it's not doll challenge.
I was gonna say insertion, but that doesn't have a challenge.
It doesn't. The artist is DJ something.
DJ Toto?
No, it's not him, but I won't say who.
Taka?
He's not gonna say who.
It has a single. The single is a 13 expert. Single is a 13 expert.
There's only so many. I mean,
And it has a challenge chart. And the doubles, okay, I'll give you more specific. It was ridiculous. In fact, the doubles challenge was rated as 17. It was later revised to a 15. Yeah, he got it. Dgraham, you win 10,000 Dr. D points. You can spend them at the redemption counter.
Yay. I get to win a plushie of Mr. D.
No.
Yeah, so I ended up getting Flower. And it was actually my first play of it. I wasn't expecting it. I'm trying to bring it up on my phone. No pics, no proof. But,
If you're using the cheater bar, it doesn't count.
yeah, so...
Flat only. 30 frames per second.
There we go. Kind of.
Share no cheating.
So I did get Flower. Yeah. What is it? Yeah, DJ Yoshitaka. So yeah, I got that. But there's so many other songs I was trying to get, but I ended up not getting. But walking away with that, it was pretty nice. Whew. All right. So I think that tackles the Hong Kong trip pretty well. Let's move on to the next topic. The next topic is new DDR-A events and charts. So we have 3 events that have been happening over the past few months that we have not done a podcast. For recap, those have been Rhinon Adventure, or how do you guys pronounce Rhinon? I always say Rhinon, but I've
It is
Yeah.
not
Rhinon.
It'll be over the period video.
It'll be Rhinon if you're trying to sound authentic, Rhinon if you're trying to sound lazy, but not Rhinon.
Okay then.
I prefer Ronin.
All right, so Rhinon. So the Rhinon Adventure. So a lot of you remember that back last year, I think it was last year, they had the Babylon Adventure, and through that we got 6 charts through that. It was pretty amazing because 2 of the songs were like my favorite. Oh God, Dancer in the Flare, Towards the Tower. Oh, it was.
Dancer in the Flare is my all-time favorite DDR song.
That song is so heavenly. So, anyways.
I can't believe that was a year ago. Jesus.
Not necessarily. I mean, last year. I think it was like in October. I want to say it was.
No, it was during the summer. I know that for sure.
No, it wasn't during the
Getting
summer.
into your content.
No. September sounds more likely.
I think.
I'd say September. So someone in the chat should look it up, and we should have a showdown. Okay, so Rhinon's Adventure, number 1, 2, and 3. They've been having a very distinctive pattern. We're now getting challenge charts for the previous extra exclusive songs. So the songs that were locked to extra stage or dumbed down to final stage, those are now getting challenge charts, starting with obviously New Decade Challenge. For the first round, we got Rising Firehawk Challenge, and the last one for that. What was the last one for the first set?
Rising Firehawk, New Century.
Hmm? The first round, there was 3. It was New Century, Rising Firehawk, and Astro Gazer. Yeah, oh yeah, that was great. So we have 3 from that. To follow it up, we had another round of 3 a few weeks ago. Those were Come to Life, obviously, and Emra, and Start a New Day. Okay, so then we got those 3 most recently. Now follow.
I'm gonna drop from the hand out.
That's fine.
Getting the echo too bad to actually hear what you're saying first.
All right, so following this pattern, we can predict what the next 3 songs are going to be. And we predict that the next 3 challenge charts we're going to be getting are Out of Focus, Something Else, and Something Else. Hold on. I got a terrible memory. Okay, Out of Focus for sure.
I don't remember. I don't remember what came next.
Yeah, Neutrino and Ishtar. Yeah, Ishtar, Neutrino, and the one I just said. Out of Focus, yeah. Out of Focus, Neutrino, Ishtar. Okay, got it. So these 3 should be getting... that will probably be on the next round. If there's going to be one. Now, the good news is... Well, it's not maybe good news, but some news is we do know what Neutrino is going to be. Now, several of you might remember that last month, there was a leak through the eGate 573 they accidentally posted a ranking page for Neutrino Challenge 18. They quickly removed it, but it tells us that it does exist. So we can expect that Neutrino is going to be an 18. And if you guys remember Neutrino, that's going to be pretty hard. There's a lot you can do with it.
And the opposite of fun.
Yeah, the opposite of fun. Also known as hard.
I wonder if they're gonna chart
Also
that.
known as DDR.
Also known as KAC.
Anyone that says Neutrino is terrible, you're a terrible person.
Okay.
I'm trying to pull up a chart right now, courtesy of Zero Wolf. Which, by the way, Neutrino, it had a new artist. It's really interesting to see that a lot of the new boss songs are coming from new artists, not artists who've been famous for doing DDR boss songs before. So I'm not sure if this is a pattern to expect going forward, but it's definitely been happening. It's just a pattern that I've been noticing. All right, let's take a real quick look at Neutrino and discuss. I'm going to be pausing it several places, and we're going to be discussing what can possibly be coming up. All right, so if you guys, let's talk about the BPM before we start. So the BPM is between 111 and 999.
999. I thought it was 300.
That's a joke because, you know, boss songs that
I'm joking.
It's 75 to 300.
yeah, so 75 to 300. It starts off slowed down. So everyone who's played the chart, and it's actually kind of unique because it has such a long intro before any step is hit. It's reminiscent of, I don't know, the beginning is really reminiscent to me of Remain. I don't know. Does anyone else get a Remain vibe? No, just me. All right, let's talk about what patterns they could possibly do in this section.
I'm not watching the YouTube stream, so this is really
Okay, so that's the first 79 steps. So how much more do you think that they can cram in that little section?
They'll just throw random crossovers everywhere.
So you're thinking they're going to follow the same flow, just make the patterns more challenging?
Yeah, I can see that.
16th string.
Because I don't hear anything that they can go to. I don't see how they can do anything besides what they're already doing there. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Pie Guy.
16th, but don't go to 16th in the song. I'm gonna say they overshot.
Yeah, that seems like it's gonna happen. I mean, I think they're gonna replace these freeze notes with keep the freeze notes but make it more dense with more notes.
They're gonna do the kind of freeze notes where it's really risky to hit the other notes because you're gonna break the freeze or something.
Like the max
Yeah,
period challenge.
Yeah, like max period.
Like very hard candles.
Yeah, so
It's how to make a challenge chart of something that already has an expert is if there's just completely bullshit that. Like, the faster section, it'll be hard naturally, I feel, but the slower section, you've got to intentionally just fuck with it until you've got something that kind of works with the song.
well, the good news is no matter what it is, I don't think it can be that hard. There's not the first 15% is going to be doable. That's all I'm going to say. I don't think
There's no steps.
it's not going to be like, even if there's 100 steps, I don't think it's going to be like deal breaking. All right, so let's take a look at the next section. Let's talk about what they can do here.
Actually, you know what? I think I know what direction they might take with these. I'm thinking more towards the chorus, where it's like dun 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 dun. I think they might implement like jump gallops. As ugly as that sounds, I think that's what they're gonna do.
I don't think they're going to do that, and I will be very upset if they did.
Make it like a Nageki challenge kind of jump gallop.
Kind of, yeah. I don't think it would be like Trip Machine Evolution. I think it'd be more like Gold Line.
Stream on the 300 BPM parts, solid 8s, maybe some 12s in there.
Obligatory.
So yeah, for the second section where it speeds up, I absolutely am going to go with crossovers. There's not too many extra beats that they can put a step at, so the only way to really ramp up the difficulty here is going to be through crossovers. Like that part, and especially here. It's all going to be twisty and turny.
There's not going to make it too fast, but I think they're going to have a lot of technical stuff. There's going to be maybe foot switches, maybe crosswalks, afro-novas, whatever.
I also think that there's a good chance that they're going to be putting, not a good chance, but there's a chance I can kind of hear like a 12th, or should I say 24th, like near at the very end. Like at the very end of this section. Yeah. Listen very, very carefully.
Not in terms of the candles, but in terms of like 24ths.
I think that there's going to be a 24th. Like I said, it depends if when we say 24th or 12th, I think everyone understands what we're talking about. We're talking about the burst. If it's at 300 BPM, it would be at a 12th note. But if it was at a lower BPM, half BPM, that would be a 24th. So the green notes, okay? We're talking about the green notes. But at the very end, right before it slows down, I can see a 24th burst right there. Right before 120 combo. I can't really make the same sound, but it sounds like there could be a 24th burst in that section. This section I think it can only be difficult by. This section is only going to get more difficult by crossovers, I believe. Okay, I'm going to make a really bold prediction. If they really want to make this a very hard 18, and I'm talking about like shit hard 18, what they could do is thrills, are they called, right? Thrills? Trills. Just like right there. Listen, I want you to listen to the freeze arrow hit at 157. I want you to listen. Instead of holding a freeze, it could be a it could be a trill. Listen. You hear that?
I think that would be pushing it.
That would really, really be pushing it. We're like in 19 territory if they do that. No, it definitely exists. The sound is definitely there. If there was an ITG step artist making a step chart for this, they would absolutely utilize that. Listen carefully. You can hear it. They can absolutely do it if they want to.
I mean, I might be wrong, but I'm really thinking it. Like, maybe with, like, along the 16th stream.
I can see that as well. Alright, we're getting there. We're halfway done. So I'd say that up until here, those are our predictions. Now, what do you think they're going to be doing for this progressive speed up? Starting here. Oh man. If this is a shock arrow chart, wow. I mean, this absolutely has vibes of Blew My Mind, and Blew My Mind challenge did end up getting a shock arrow. So hey, I'm just saying. All right, so let's move on. We're around like 60% of the song. Not much you can do here, in my opinion. Alright, now this is the next section that we can have a much different chart than we do now. Instead of gallops, they could just go straight for a stream. I think gallops fit it a little better, but they could absolutely just stream it from this section. Yeah, so that entire section could be streamed. If they're going to go the gallop route, there's really not much they can do to make it harder. I mean, yeah, crossover gallops, but that's not exactly the worst. They got plenty of those in Super Max Me Mix, Expert, and Challenge. I mean, it's not really going to push the envelope, especially only at 150 BPM. So the only way they can really ramp up the difficulty there is by going the stream route. I don't see any other way. If they're going to make it an 18, that part is going to be streamed probably with crossovers.
Or do like jag gallops or whatever you'd call those, where it's like left, right, left, up.
No, I don't see it. No, but I don't see how they can. I don't see how they can really ramp up the difficulty by using the same notes. It can only be a stream, or there's nothing else you can go by. It's either you do gallops, which you can't really make an 18 out of the gallops, or you got to do a stream, which you can do a lot. All right, and let's wrap it up from the. Oh, and you know what? I have one more prediction, but I'm gonna let it play for a few more seconds. All right, my last prediction is right here. You know how there's like 4 measures of no notes being hit?
Yeah.
Maybe they'll put something here. I mean, the music. Oh man. Yeah, it's probably I didn't hear you. I'm sorry. I was like too in the zone. But yeah, my last prediction is they're gonna put something here. So.
Honestly, when I first saw the Master of the Gap, the first thing I thought was, well, they're just really making it easy for a challenge star now.
Yeah, basically.
They only let
Watch them not filling in and like pull like a fastball on them.
Surprise.
Yeah, that entire. I'm calling it. Where there's a freeze, where there's a break in the expert chart, it's just going to be a stream until the end on challenge. That's what I'm calling it.
I bet it's going to be a 24-15 somewhere.
No.
I don't think if 24th is going to come, but I definitely see streaming. There's not going to be a break. That's like the only thing I'm really confident about this chart. There's not going to be a break.
Throw 24s in there. I think that's going into 19 territory.
Pretty much.
No, not really. Not really.
Whew. All right, so I think that covers it. We really have nothing to go on for Out of Focus or the other one, so I would rather not speculate on it because it could be really almost anything. So speculating on that doesn't make the most sense at the moment. But the other ones, yeah, we have a pretty good idea. Oh, this one we have a pretty good idea. All right, I think that covers the first one. So now we're going to be talking about you guys. So we're going to call this section Summer Goals 2017. But before we start, what do we define as summer? When does summer eventually end? Do we just say it's summer, and fall? Like where's your line to cut off summer?
I mean, there's actually a scientific landmark. It's called the autumn equinox.
Okay, the equinox.
You should. I think that's what it's called. You should read a science book.
Oh yeah, you know what? In fact, oh.
I just say September. September is when summer ends.
Dgraham, you're awesome. Thank you.
It's my pleasure.
Why is that not in DDR?
I bet you like Radiohead, you pretentious fuck.
I hate Radiohead.
Same. Anyway, summer goals.
I know a lot about the autumn equinox, you son of a bitch. In fact, Taiwan's a great spot to celebrate the autumn equinox and the spring equinox. For
Hurry, we're gonna lose our audience.
Isn't it like June 20th? September 20th? 20th.
It's 6 months after the Easter equinox shit. It's around that time. It's not on that date.
I'm surprised Americans.
It's September 22nd.
You know, the more we say equinox, the more I think it's some kind of sound Voltex song.
Makes me think of the jazz song Equinox.
That's the next section.
Now, what I'm trying to show you is, like, Taiwan's actually special because where the sun
I know.
is,
Where did this topic go?
You started it. Dgraham.
during the equinox. Let me just tell you this: the sun's position overhead during the equinox, it runs along a latitude on the Earth, right? And that latitude crosses through Taiwan, actually. So there's a special monument in Taiwan that people go to on that day because the sun will be directly overhead on that day.
Fucking radars in the last
I'm trying to find where that place is. Forget about it. All right. This got too scientific.
goes through.
Anyway,
Okay,
Are you
I would rather know colloquially, what are we defining summer? Are we talking end of August? Are we gonna...
September.
The entirety of June.
Are you guys including September? To me, summer is June, July, August. That's how I interpret summer.
I live in Minnesota, so summer is any time it's not snowing.
Oh, come on.
Come on, Mr. Minnesota.
That's like the least scientific thing that's been uttered all stream.
Northern Hemisphere.
And we have Fresca.
They say we only have two
Never goes
seasons
below.
here.
Okay.
Yeah, I decided June, July, August.
All right. I'm throwing down the ban hammer here. I'm calling it. It's June, July, August. This is summer. So any goals that you tell me, they must be completed before September 1st, or I'm gonna come hunt you down.
In Australia, it's actually winter.
Oh my god. I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that, okay?
Everyone's getting the crookies roll.
Alright, well, speaking about some people, someone who's been quite quiet, and I really want to hear from them, especially on this topic, is Kyoto Moto. Kyoto, give me some summertime goals. I know that you accomplished my one goal, right? You got the 30, right? You're gonna have to speak up, but yeah.
Hi.
Yeah.
Nope. I am here, probably.
Yeah, he's here indeed. All right, so Kyoto, what have you been doing recently, and what are you going to be doing this summer?
Hey.
Oh no, I just want a PC. I want a PC of 14, but it's bugging me.
PFC of 14. All right.
I got 2 greats on Psy and KO whatever mix.
Oh yeah, that Weeboo song. I know what you're talking about.
How's that a reboot song?
That doesn't narrow it down very much.
Yeah, there's like. Where's
The
the
Psy
bitter?
the cause mix is still easier than the original.
All right, so a pretty modest goal from Kyoto. He just wants to get his first 14 PFC. Pie Guy, what about you? What do you want to do?
Well, my main focus obviously is on getting stealths. Don't really have a set goal for the summer. I'm at 143 now. Might be nice to get to like 160, 170.
Wow, that's pretty lofty. How much time do you spend a day memorizing charts?
Well, that's the thing. I started a new job last month, and the commute is like super long. I basically have like 3 hours a day where I'm awake and not either working or on a bus. But that does kind of work to my advantage because some of the really easy stealths I'm able to pick up just by looking at the step chart on DDR Freak, and that keeps me busy while I'm riding a bus for 4 hours a day.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can just study it on the bus. 4 hours? Jesus Christ, man.
It's 2 hours there, and then like anywhere from from 2.5 to 4 hours back.
Jesus Christ, man. You gotta find a different job or relocate.
Yeah. Well, we're thinking about it. It's only a temporary position, and if it turns into a permanent position, then we'll maybe think about moving closer.
Who's the we? You got a wife? Husband? I don't know. I don't judge.
No. Well, my mom would help me.
All right. Well, yeah, getting more stealths up to like 160. That'd be pretty incredible. And what percent would that put you at? Like 70, 80% of the game?
No. Well, let's see. It's 240 songs in Extreme, but 11 of my songs are on Extreme JP, not the arcade version. So if you count it by that, I only have 132. And so I get up to like 150. That's just over 60%.
Okay. Well, that's pretty hefty. Wow, percentage.
How do I stealth? I either study the chart on my bus ride, or I use training mode on console versions.
Oh. All right. Thank you for sharing, Pie Guy. I'm sure that we can have podcasts with Pie Guy as the host. Everyone's really curious about you and how you can do what you do. It's pretty impressive.
Well, it would help if I could stream.
Yeah, man. I keep. We want you to stream, man.
I tried once. It buffered like a motherfucker.
Let's start a donation to get him a better computer.
Yeah, you know, I might actually that's not a bad idea.
It's not a better computer. It's a better internet that I need.
But you might be moving, so
Yeah.
so you might not want to consider it until you know what you're going to be doing. All right, well, you keep us updated because whether you move or not, or if you know you're going to stay, let me know. I wouldn't mind doing like a week-long like pledge drive to get you a better internet or camera if that's what it's needed, because we want to see more what you can do.
Oh yeah, man.
All right, we're gonna move on to who haven't we heard from? How about we go to Devil's Lynn? I haven't heard from you for a while, so Devil's Lynn, take it away.
Well, my summer goal is to just try to nail like these difficult patterns, like Grand Chariot, which I'm really targeting to PFC in.
That's a really hard song.
Yeah, I'm doing my best, but I just every time when I get to the end, I always get a grade, so I'm still trying my hardest to do it.
Is there a particular spot that you always get greats, or is it kind of scattered throughout?
It's towards the last section of it.
The jump 16th section of that part?
Yeah, that part.
It's a rough song. I have an MFC that for a really good reason. It's freaking tough. All right, so you want to MFC that? Oh, sorry, PFC that before the end of the summer. Yeah, that'll be good. I mean, any perfect count would be fine. That's a very tough PFC to get. All right, Fresca, I'm gonna give it to you.
All right. Well, when we had the last podcast, we had talked about like summer goals or whatever. So my summer goal was to play more DDR, and I guess technically I fulfilled that. I went to Dave & Buster's back in June, played like one set, which is pretty embarrassing. You don't have to talk about how I did, but I did it.
It doesn't sound like you've played a lot. Is that really more?
I really not played much at all. But then I played X2 at Disney Quest for the last trip before it closed, and so I got like 4 sets out of it. It was pretty good.
Oh yeah, I'd say that like your first goal should just be ramping up your amount of play, get more sessions, I don't know, just
Yeah. I really can't rely on like going to arcades at this point. I mean, I know people can like commute, but there's no real commute from where I live to Orlando, even though it's not that far away. So getting there is pretty difficult.
Yeah, and they have that like freeway that you have to take, right? Like you have to like play the.
I avoid that for the most part. Like to get there is only like an hour, and an hour is fine. But I don't like I have to like borrow cars and stuff like it's a mess. So I'm hoping when Impulse comes out in August, or the pre-orders are in August, I'll just play that way. That's how I'm gonna play DDR is at home with a pad and get good.
Oh man, we should do that topic on next podcast.
Oh yeah.
Step Maniacs versus Impulse, because you know that's drama.
God.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
let's do it next podcast. I'd do it this one, but yeah,
No, I can shoot it on that one.
Fine, okay.
let's talk about it. Impulse versus Step Maniacs.
That is a
I
podcast.
know the person behind Impulse, so I could weigh in on that. I'd be biased to weigh in.
All right. So let's go on. Dgraham, I want to finish up the Hangouts people, so let's go to you.
Sweet. Okay. I'm not gonna try and be too long, but I do have a couple goals. First of all, there was one goal that I did accomplish that I had, and that is finally PFC of 15.
I saw that.
And I did, Romancing Lair, which is a very easy 15.
No,
But it's
not.
still 15, so.
No.
Well, at least I haven't seen that one. Anyway, in terms of DDR Extreme, which I play way more often because that's what I have access to, I'm at 77 AAAs. I want to get to 100 at least before September.
You got your first 15 before 100. That's actually pretty impressive.
Yeah,
Oh, I
thank you.
did.
Yeah, like, extreme PC.
But that's not-
though.
Yeah, and I also want to get my first MFC, which I've gotten super close and let the beat hit him. One perfect. It'll happen eventually, but I just want it to happen.
Well, just don't stress yourself out over it. I know a thing or two about that.
Oh, that's what I want.
Yeah,
I want an MFC as well.
yeah, and also just get around to getting more 15 PFCs and 13 PFCs too as well on DDR Ace, and more specifically to not all of summer but very soon, which is this weekend. I have a tournament, a DDR Extreme tournament that I'm in. It's gonna be my first ever tournament. I've been training it like crazy. I want to win it, or at least get very far in it.
Is it double elimination or single elimination?
It's double elimination, and it's not like the usual tournaments where it's like they put on random caprice and they count marvelous attack. It's just they're just doing EX score on regular songs. Perfect is 3 points, great is 2 points. It's just simple.
All right. Well, best of luck to you. I think we can all share that. Let's jump to the Discord channel. Let's go with working our way. Who are we gonna start with? PunkRose, how about you?
Yeah, it's the same as I said last time. It's to just play more DDR, which I actually did.
Go join Fresca.
It was on Thursday. I went to a mall where it had Supernova 2 and X, and I didn't do as well because I was feeling insert DDR joke here. But anyway, I managed to full combo Thank You Better D, even though the number of grades was kind of disappointing to me. But I can see myself doing a lot better whenever I get to play A. So that could be my next PFC.
Yeah, that's definitely a good one.
Either that or after the Game of Love, which I'm 2 greats in.
After game, 2 greats. Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, those are good. I always recommend, like, for a first PFC, like a slow BPM song with like more of a bouncy rhythm. It's pretty good to get your timing down. I think You Better D is not really like that. That's more like a, what should I say? I don't know. Like once you get over 120 BPM, it's like a streamy kind of flowy chart. Like anything like 115 and lower, it's like dun 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 dun. You know, you're more relying on the timing with your bounce than you are with your streaming, your flow. So I always feel that for a first PFC, those are a little easier. All right, it looks like a Burnout's here. Burnout, we haven't heard you at all. You must have joined us late, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you're here now, so we're talking about summer goals. You got anything you'd like to share?
Not anything specific.
Nothing specific? Burnout, everyone. Big hand. The first step to getting better at DDR is saying that you have a problem.
Maybe
Yeah, bro, it's like 2:30 in the morning over there.
No, it's 4:25.
Oh shit. Oh my god, it's worse than I thought.
Oh yeah. Well, hey man, you made it. The fact that you're here is wonderful enough. This is definitely like the biggest podcast we've had to date.
Yeah, and Kyle's here too, even though he's not a patron.
Oh yeah, well he's a mod. He's helped me out in the past. I'm gonna let it slide. Kyle, would you got some words of wisdom?
Don't play DDR, play Pump, JK.
All right. Don't play DDR. Play Pump. Thank you, Kyle. Who haven't we asked yet? Who's the Mort Bun Cud? I always forget.
Bokies, I think.
Oh, that's Bokies. We already talked to Bokies on Hangouts, right? No, because he dropped out of Hangouts. That's right. So Shroud of Bokies, you're on the stage. Get off the stage. No, I'm just kidding. All right, go.
Is this how you treat your guests?
Just the ones that I don't like. All right, Bokies, go.
Not entertained.
Good answer.
He's muted right now. Bokies, I was just joshing you. Come on. Bokies, I'm sorry.
Hello?
Can you say his
Yeah, we can hear you now. Go ahead, Bokies.
Sorry,
Whenever you're ready, Bokies.
Everyone's nervous their first time.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't take that out of context.
I'm assuming that Bokies is solving a technical difficulty, so let's jump to who's the last person we haven't talked to. I can't even remember now. We got so many of you guys. Quincy, yeah, Quincy. Let's hear it.
Summer goals? I don't actually. I do. My YouTube
It can be
channel-
step media.
well, mainly that. But when I get comfortable with making edits, like and uploading them like 2 to 3 times a week, I'm gonna start taking request edits and maybe make some pocket change off of that with my channel. So that's pretty much it. I have nothing else.
That's a pretty interesting goal. It's not really focused on on improving, but no, those goals are completely welcome. So, if in case you guys didn't hear it, you create the edits yourself, right?
Yes.
So you want to make the edits or you want to play the edits? Which one?
Just make them. All I do is make them.
So you'll like make the edits for people for like tips or something?
Well, yeah, that and like I'll just make an edit, just to make them. Like,
I honestly might have to use your service. There's definitely a few songs I want to play on ITG that don't have a step chart. I wouldn't mind throwing a tip your way for a good edit. So yeah,
That makes sense. Like it's a job.
I'm gonna contact you at the business email. Is it still the same email as last time? Likescock6982 at hot. There goes our PG-13 rating.
Took a dark turn.
Yeah. All right. So thank you, Quincy. Is there anyone else we didn't talk to? I would have known this already if you guys stopped changing your names so much. The Fahrenheit guy is Fresca. We talked to him. We talked to Kyle. We did Rose. We did Yim. We did Tribokies. We even asked Burnout and Devil's Lynn. And that's it. Yeah, okay, we finished it. Okay, so those are our summer goals. So you guys heard it here first. If they do not complete their goals by the end of August, you hunt them down and you just point your finger at them and shame them. Just say shame.
What about your goal, man?
You like go to the other end of the earth and just like find them, like go through this whole like James Bond ass like search technique, and then you come in just like you've been a bad boy.
Just guilt them, shame them relentlessly.
All that time and that money to find them, hunt them down, all this illegal shit, just to go and be like, go sit in the corner.
All right, yeah. Someone keeps asking me, yeah, what's my goal? Like I said earlier, that I was gonna cover it during the future of Dr. D. Now, for the future of Dr. D thing, I kind of covered a lot of that at the beginning of this podcast. If you guys missed it, just look back at that. But I didn't talk about my upcoming goals. I kind of just talked about my problems, which is why I titled it Future of Dr. D, because if I don't really resolve this monitor issue, or if I don't learn to adapt to play on a white machine or something, my future is looking pretty bleak. Because one of the reasons I keep going is because I keep improving, I keep doing better. But if there comes a point where there's just something I can't do, I mean, it's pretty disappointing. I don't want to really continue. All right, but assuming that my monitor does get fixed, which I'm trying to be optimistic. I'm usually pessimistic, but I'm trying to be optimistic that it's going to get fixed. Assuming that gets fixed and I can get back to playing like my old self, my future goals is, yeah, obviously I want to hit 573 MFCs, but that seems pretty short term. Even with my current situation, I can probably hit 573 relatively soon. I'm at 565 now, so I mean that's like right around the corner. 600 is definitely a doable goal, and the sooner I get a good working monitor, the sooner I can do that. And
Max 300 for 573 and max unlimited for 600.
all right, Pie Guy, I'm gonna expect that you do that as well. Okay, so
At 314.
yeah, he's gonna get, I think, Mechanico Rock at 314.
When are you gonna get a challenge MFC?
Yeah, I do love that song and chart so much, by the way. So, yeah, but that's basically all my goals are. Some other offshoot goals, I kind of care a lot about MFCing folders right now. I really like being able to lock down folders. Like, I have first mix done, second, I have fourth mix done, I have third mix challenge done, I have the USA's licensed song folder done, 100 BPM done, under 100 BPM done, 110 challenge done. I mean, I keep getting more and more folders, and there's definitely more folders I can get. I recently got Max 2 challenge folder done. I have a lot of folders that are MFC'd, and I'm pretty proud of that. And I guess moving forward, my top ones are doing the 110 BPM folder. I really want to get that. That's Put Your Faith in Me and Heartbeat Formula. Those are the two songs I have left, and both of them are at 1 perfect. If I get both of them,
You have an MFC, Put Your Faith in Me?
the jazzy groove, man, the disco jazz, the one that should be like a level 15. Like, Jesus. So I really want to get those two so I can close out the folder. If I do that, it'll be under 100 BPM folder, 100 BPM folder, 110 BPM folder. All of them will be MFC. And believe it or not, though it might take me some time, 120 is possible. 120 is absolutely possible. It's absolutely hard as shit, but it's possible. The songs that I have left that are really hard, which I only have like 4 songs left. We're talking Chakaka. Chakaka. Chakaka.
Yeah, Derek, I'm surprised that one of your goals isn't to go to KAC next year. I'm actually surprised.
I mean, I'm gonna go there. I'm not gonna qualify there. I mean, the way that it works out.
Unless 513 has something bad happen, which hopefully doesn't happen.
I mean, yeah, the only way I can go there is if I beat 513 or FFEMS, and one of those is absolutely not happening. And 513, he's a beast. If you throw an 18 in the qualifiers, he's got it. It's funny, because like 90% of the game, like I got him on, but you throw in 118 and that's game.
And another thing, Derek, when are you gonna move into a music game like this? He moved on to Sound Voltex, he bought his controller, man. He's gonna go up there, man. He's gonna be DDR, KAC, representing USA, and Sound Voltex for you, man. Watch.
Yeah, I don't.
Add in USA for that.
I'm not surprised if they do.
Well, I'll be surprised if Konami's still kicking in 5 years. But hey, that's a different conversation.
Oh, Derek.
Sad reacts only.
Yeah.
Isn't there another obstacle that kind of concerns you? Like a certain someone trying to get like a number of MFCs before you?
Well, of course, people will probably surpass me, and if that happens, it happens. And there's really nothing much I can do about that. I can only play for myself. I don't know. I don't really have anything strongly worded either way to say about that. She's obviously referencing Fungo's trying to get to 600 MFCs, I think, in the next month.
He's also counting doubles MFCs, isn't he?
He does count doubles MFCs. He has a few of those.
And I thought it looked like he may be double counting like breakdown, because I thought you said he got that one a while ago, but then he just tweeted saying that like he just got it on Ace.
Who are we talking about? I am so confused.
He's talking about he might have been double counting. I mean, I'm sure that he has a tracking sheet like I do. I mean, when you have this many, you have to have some way to organize them. But I mean, yeah, if he surpasses me, then good on him. And it seems like that's his goal right now, and that's fine.
I only brought it up because I feel like he gets more of the fame. Like for example, he got qualified to KC, and I just think that you deserve having like, the first to get to 573 or 600 MFCs.
No one deserves anything. I mean, it's whoever does it is who deserves it. I mean, for example, there was a famous player. His name was Aran. Aran was very famous in Japan for a long time since DDRX. Yeah, Aran. Aran. He was very famous because he was so close to MFCing Suguru so many times. It was unbelievable how good. This is before DDRA. Like he got it down to 5, then he got it down to 2. He even got it down to 1 before DDRA. It's so ridiculous. Everyone knew. Anyone who played in Asia, they know who Aran is. But that was the only song he was good at. And yes, that was the only song he played. He was so good at Suguru. He was unbelievably good with Suguru. And yes, DDRA came out, and he got it down to 1 on DDRA. And everyone's like, oh, he's going to get it. He's going to do it. But guess what? Someone sniped him. Mr. Saza, I think that's his name, Suza something. He got the MFC. He MFC'd Suguru before Aran. Now you could argue that Aran deserved it. He deserved it because he worked on it so much harder. He did it much longer. And if you want to have that kind of discussion, I think it's a little strange, because at the end of the day, it's whoever gets it first gets it first. If I try 300 times to MFC max 300, and Chris tries it 5 times and he gets it, does that mean that he deserves it less? I mean, if his skill is there and he can do it, then that's fine. For me,
all of a sudden I'm having flashbacks to replicant deignition and over the period.
Yeah, I mean, I worked my ass off to try to clear that on basic, was it? But in the end, someone beat me to it. And I wasn't really that upset about it because I know that the fact that they got that far was due to my help. I mean, I helped them to do that. I revealed so much of the chart. I gave everyone a fair shot to be able to copy it. If I were just playing it by myself and not recording it, I would have so much. I could have waited until I cleared it before I released any video. If I was trying to be selfish and make sure I'm the first person to do that, I could have done that. But I wanted everyone to see it. And to me, like my attitude, I've had talks at length with many people about this, but if you guys never heard it, my attitude is like this. Fair opportunity. That's all I care about, is fair opportunity. If you have the same opportunity as someone else to do something and they do it and you don't, then that's it.
The exclusivity of arcade machines, other countries and continents, because if you want to talk about lack of fair opportunity, that's where you're going to find it. But that's an
okay.
topic for another day.
And that is absolutely a fair argument to make. You can say that for example, like Chris was like the best DDR player for a long time, but he didn't have the opportunity to show it because he didn't have access to a machine to play on where he could demonstrate it. Now, that is more of a location-based opportunity, but what I'm more talking about is like two people who have equal access, they can play how they want, and it comes down to their skill barrier.
Right. Yeah. No, I mean, I follow that. I wish there was more fair opportunity.
I mean, I wish that there was a DDR machine at every 7-Eleven in Taiwan, but that ain't gonna happen. So.
7-Eleven for you.
Oh shit! It is 7-Eleven. I gotta go to 7-Eleven today. They always have special events on today.
Oh, it's gonna be 7-Eleven in 20 minutes for me.
Yeah, it's like 20 minutes. Which the podcast is creeping up. Let's see. We're going on to how long are we? Are we?
An hour and a half, I think.
Yeah, with this many people, it's bound to be this long.
Yeah. We'll try to keep it under 2, but we're fine for now. Okay, I think that kind of covers the topic. So my goals going forward is, I'll keep trying the MFC thing. I have also considered about dropping to different difficulties. Some people want me to do it, some people don't. I've considered like starting to do difficult and basic, which honestly is like, it just doesn't sound fun. It just. But the only reason why I'd really want to do that is for warming up purposes. If you guys haven't ever noticed, which you should have, whenever I play, I don't play songs I've already MFC'd. If I've MFC'd it, I won't play it again. To me, it's like a waste.
Except that one time.
I mean, if you guys request it, I will do it, but I don't really have an interest in playing a song again. But there's going to come a point. I mean, I've MFC'd every 9. I've gotten every 10. I only have 9 11s left. 9 11s left. Anyways. Come on, it's been 16 years. Can we joke about it yet? No. Yeah. And I'm sure we can't talk about the Titanic either. Okay. Anyways. There were plenty of space for both of them to fit. Anyways. When that's.
That movie is ruined for me because.
They should have made it differently. If they're really going to make that, they should have represented it differently. There's plenty of space. I mean, come on.
I'm the director. He had it written down. Jack was supposed to die. It's bullshit because I love him.
Yeah. Well, the heart will go on, so don't cry. I don't even know what I was talking about.
We'll stay forever this way.
What are we even talking about? Oh yeah, moving down the difficulty. Do you guys think I should? Oh, so my point was that I can only technically warm up on 12s, which is kind of, and the 12s that I have left are pretty hard 12s. So it's a little hard to warm up on those. It would almost be beneficial to play like 2 rounds of like difficult or basic, and obviously I would get MFCs during that. And if I just do that normally, I will slowly chip away at difficult and basic charts at the same time warming up. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, because there's like 13s that are difficult, or there's, I mean, I think it's perfectly justifiable to go after like, say, fax difficult, Destination Max, because it's a 13, or I don't know. I mean, if a comparable difficulty, I wouldn't consider it cheesing your MFC account. It's not like
Okay.
I'm just gonna go after the game beginner because it's another MFC. I mean, I don't think that's how anyone would perceive it.
It really comes down to what people care about. Like, I never really cared about counting anything like that. Like, I don't have the most MFCs in the world. I mean, Jupiter has the most. That's his name. He's a South Korean player. He has like nearly 2,000 MFCs, but he counts beginner, basic, difficult, expert, challenge, doubles basic, doubles difficult, doubles expert. He takes everything. And he only plays for that. So technically he's got the most MFCs. But I think that most of us, we just really care about expert and challenge, and everything else is for scrubs. I'm looking at you, Dgraham. I don't know, I'm just messing with you. So I'm considering it. I'm considering it only really for warm-up purposes. And if I do that for several months, I'll start seeing like, oh, well, hey, now I can close out this folder. I might as well finish it. Oh, now I can close out. I think that it'll eventually come to that point where it's like, oh, well, since I did this, I guess I can do this. I was really hoping that I can close out all of the 10s, like the entire 10, level 10, because I've MFC'd every level 10. But the problem is there's like 2 songs that are impossible to MFC. I'm talking about Pluto the First. Pluto the First basic is a 10, and that's like, I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's basic. That's way harder than any other 10 because it's Pluto the First. And what's even harder than that, the hardest basic chart, which makes it literally impossible. Egoism 440 has a level 10 chart. So I'm not even, the world record on it is 5 perfects, okay?
It's wide open for you then.
Oh yeah, it's wide open. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna get right in there. Because, for shits and giggles, I played it one time, got 5 greats, 20 perfects. But hey, man, I'm just going to snipe that shit away. I mean, the stops and the slowdowns and the speed ups, it makes it really hard. You don't understand. Ugh. Anyways, moving on from there, we're just going to jump to the next topic. And I just want to know, what are you guys playing? So, obviously, we're all here because we play dance games. But I'm sure you guys play some other stuff. I guess I'll start this time real first, because there's you can be real second, but I'm being real. I mean, I play Halo a lot. A lot of you guys know that. I got back into it. I mean, you guys have seen on my on my channel art that I've had the Master Chief logo there for quite some time, but I haven't played Halo in a long time. But I recently got back into it. I found a nice group of friends that I've been playing with a lot. And yeah, we've been playing a lot of Halo. So Halo's been my bread and butter. I still do some Resident Evil stuff. I still love a lot of Resident Evil games. And I'm the kind of person who loves all Resident Evils. I'm talking the third camera angle. I'm talking over the shoulder. I'm talking even the first person. I like all of them. I don't know why, but like anything Resident Evil. Survivor wasn't as bad as people say. I played that. I really did. It was okay.
When are you moving to PC gaming, man?
I think I'm going to be actually, and that's the other thing I was going to mention too. I think I'm going to go and bite the bullet and get PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds for the PC.
Hey. That shit's lit.
Yeah, I think.
Graphics card. If you don't get a graphics card, you're gonna.
I mean, I have a Mac.
I have a GTX 960.
That's good enough. Because the game's poorly optimized.
Yeah, well, they're about to come out of. They're gonna have an official release sometime soon. And it should be optimized pretty well. But yeah, I want to get some Battlegrounds. I want to start getting into PC gaming more, and I think that's a good game to kind of get me in there.
What about other music games, huh? What about other music games?
I also thought about getting Prey for the PC as well. What?
What I said or no?
What about the? I thought you said what about the other recent games?
You said music.
I was like, Frey, I'm like, wait, that's not a music game, or is it? Hold on.
Reason what?
Like, too gruesome for a title.
Wait, you said gruesome games?
No, music games.
Oh, music games. I thought you said recent. I thought you said what about the other recent games?
Rhythm, Dr. D.
Rhythm. Okay, rhythm games. No, I really have like no no interest in anything else. I'll play Stepmania, and I want to get back into playing Stepmania, which is kind of a good segue. I should have mentioned this during my Hong Kong trip. So on my Hong Kong trip, I already mentioned it in the Discord, but I'll say it now. I was in a gaming shop and I found the best deal of my life. I bought a PSP Vita. It also has a 32 gigabyte card in it, and it was such a good deal. It was a great price, and the kicker is, yeah, it's running firmware 3.60. Yeah, I'm gonna mod the shit out of it. But I don't even know if DDR is even possible, even with modding. But I'm gonna need help. I can assume that you can, like if you can run a computer program or you can emulate the PSP and then play that. I'm sure you can do it, but I need to look into exactly how. There's not exactly a huge DDR community on PSP Vita, but if you guys want to help me out, I can definitely use some help. Yeah, I've always had a PSP. I always played it on there. But I got a Vita. That's new to me. It's the first time I've tried a Vita. And I don't buy any kind of a what?
Tyco games for the Vita,
Oh.
because you'll definitely break your console if you do it.
Okay. I mean, I really don't have any interest in, especially like first party games. Like, there's like nothing, so I don't really care about modding it, and I can't play the newest. There's like zero PSP Vita games that I've ever been like, oh wow, I really want to. No, it doesn't exist. So my only, if I can emulate some like old Nintendo classics, maybe some of the PS1 and I think you can do some PS2 games. Which, by the way, I might just put in like Canonics or Fifth Mix or freaking, if you can do PS2, I mean, all the PS2 games are the DDR mixes. That'd be awesome.
So basically,
All the best ones are on PS2.
so basically, you're gonna sit on the train playing DDR in your PS Vita.
Yeah, that's all I plan on doing. Yeah. So yeah, that's about all I can say about that. So yeah, that. I'm going to be playing some more stuff on my Vita soon. But yeah, Resident Evil, Halo. I want to get into Ghost Recon Wildlands pretty soon, and I want to have a good playthrough of Tomb Raider, the first and the sequel. And I don't know, there's a bunch of games I've bought and I still haven't gotten around to it. So hopefully I get them.
I'm playing Overwatch competitive right now.
All right, so Kyoto's into Overwatch.
Tell me you'll have this uploaded.
What's your SR, man?
3,050.
3,000? Damn, dude.
I have no idea what that means.
It's his rank.
Ranks.
No idea what that means.
Then play Overwatch with us.
Nope. All right, Fresca, what are you into?
Well, fuck you.
I'm losing this game though.
I don't think we need to go to that length. Okay. I want to say that the one game I play is like multiplayer is Counter-Strike. Global offensive, pretty basic answer. And you guys should add me.
What's your rank?
Road back to Master Guardian. I'm on Nova 1 right now, though. But I used to be Master Guardian Elite. So yeah,
Counter-Strike's another game that I should pick up again. I've probably played Counter-Strike way before than you guys think. I used to play a lot in like 2003, 2004. I used to play.
It has to be a smooth.
You got it. It's too toxic. It's CS:GO. It's too toxic. It's bad.
You don't know toxic until you play Overwatch.
I have played Overwatch. It's bad.
It
there's
is.
Overwatch 2, and it's not nearly as toxic.
I played
I
both
don't
of
even
them.
have to talk and no one gets mad. So I play that too.
All right. So, any more toxic games people want to share? Devil's Lynn, you got any games you're playing recently?
Yeah, I play mostly Warcraft 3, The Frozen Throne, and The Reign of Chaos, and that's mostly it.
No one's dealing with this.
All right. So, Warcraft 3. Dgraham, what do you want to enlighten us with?
Surprisingly, I wouldn't really consider myself much of a gamer outside of DDR, but I am playing other games. I am. I mean, not too much into this, but I've been getting more into Guitar Hero again. Like Guitar Hero 3, I've been playing a lot of on Wii. It's the worst console to play it on. And, but one problem which I haven't told anyone is that all of a sudden one day, like the disk drive in the Wii just stopped spinning altogether, and I don't know what's going on. So now I can't play Guitar Hero, which really sucks. You might be thinking, hey, just go play it on the computer. Well, no, I've got a Mac. It sucks having a Mac. I can't do shit on here. So my whole guitar.
Yeah, that sounds like a you problem.
It is a me problem. I don't know what's happening, and now I can't play Guitar Hero.
If the disk is if it's messed up, then just go hack it and just load up on a hard drive. Done, simple.
Yeah, my PS2 is bit the dust.
Just hack it.
To be continued. Anyway, that's not the only game that I'm playing. Besides that, I've been playing a lot of PlayStation 2. More specifically, like I gotten back into like Sly Cooper. That's a game I play a lot. I finished that game all the way through. I'm trying to 100% it. Just gotta do a lot of like time trial stuff in there. And another game on there called Thrillville, which is a game I had as a kid. Just a whole bunch of PS2 games like that. Nothing really big. Again, I wouldn't consider myself much of a modern gamer. Besides keeping up with DDRA, it's just doing whatever I can. I also emulate a lot of. Like,
So there's not enough time in the day.
Exactly. Yeah. Also, I don't have. I feel like a broken record, but I have a Mac.
All right. I think I know the answer, but what about you, Kyle? What do you play?
A lot.
Yeah, it's all PC Master Race shit.
Wow, I just lost Xbox 2, man. What are you talking about?
Huh?
I play Xbox 2, man.
Why don't you add me on a friends list? Huh?
I do. You just ignore me.
Ignore you? You've never even sent me a message, man. Probably don't even know who you are.
Oh boy.
Yeah, with the same name, COD22 online. Yeah.
I don't see you online that often.
I was on like a couple days ago. I was playing Infinite Warfare, man.
I was like in Hong Kong for like a week.
Oh man, that's why you didn't see me on there.
Well, now we know what he's gonna do after this.
All right, but you definitely do play some online games as well, or PC games as well, right?
Yeah, man, of course.
Yeah, Overwatch on the PC. I know that PunkRoseBlitz plays Overwatch on Xbox. I see her on all the time playing Overwatch on Xbox.
You notice me?
Yeah, sure.
Buy it on
Senpai, notice me. That's something Kyoto would say.
Buy Overwatch on
Chinese
PC.
animus.
I do have it on PC, but I don't have a good graphics card, nor I'm not used to the keypad as the controller, so like.
Well, get used to it. Get used to it because people are just using what's it called? Those adapters to plug in their keyboard and mouse into their consoles. That's why you can't get up all the way up to diamond or whatever. That's really it. Or top 500 on console. I'm sorry. Yeah, basically because it uses mouse and keyboard.
I lost.
All right. So now that Derek has points me for games, not only is it Overwatch that I play, but I also I got done with Batman the Telltale series.
That's not a game.
What?
Shut up.
I like to call those experiences. I mean, don't get me wrong. I played Telltale, Walking Dead Season 1, Season 2. I think I did another one of theirs, but I like Telltale games. I didn't do that one.
PlayStation 3, and I played the Back to the Future games. They kind of sucked.
I thought about getting those.
I also play Final Fantasy 15, and right now I'm just trying to get back to playing Dance Central, Dance Masters, just to be a bit more active whenever I cannot play DDR.
Just play Dance Evo.
What's up, Corey? Corey just said hi, so I say hi back. All right, thanks for sharing, Punk Rose, and let's move up. Let's see, Morty Kid is shrouded Bokeys, so we're gonna go to you. Shrouded Bokeys. The Bokeys which are shrouded.
Oh yes, let's see. I've been playing a lot of Taiko recently. Any Taiko game on the PC that I can get my hands on, and I've been trying to FC songs that are like 10 stars and above. So meaning like sorry.
Say
Nope.
Osu Taiko. Is it Osu Taiko? By any chance?
I thought like
Yeah,
Taiko is one too. And I guess you could include also Taiko in there, but you know, Taiko's Taiko.
No.
well, I don't really know those games.
Yeah.
No, Derek. All I need to know is that Osu is bad.
Just when I hear Taiko, I think about Trico in the one game.
But it's Taiko, not Osu.
Okay, I guess we're gonna go to Burnout if he's still awake. I know it's really late where he is. Burnout, you still among the living?
Oh, looks like it's midnight for me. 7-Eleven.
Burnout! Alright, let's hear Burnout.
I've recently Left 4 Dead 2. I got it on Steam during the summer sale.
Which game? Something 2. Oh, Left 4 Dead 2, yeah. Yeah, I played that.
I already installed a few mods and tried streaming it the other day.
Alright, Left 4 Dead 2. That's a really great cooperative game. It's yeah, it's pretty intense. Dgraham, we got you, Devil's Lynn, Quincy, you're the last one.
We always forget Quincy.
Quincy's just in the corner.
Poor guy.
Alright, Quincy, what are you playing? Lay it down thick on us.
Stepmania.
Fucking damn it! Other than Stepmania, which is so blatantly obvious, I speedrun most of the time, all the time, most of the time. I do.
I don't even know. What do you speedrun?
I speedrun Majora's Mask, Ocarina of Time, and Tulip, but especially Tulip.
Wow, that's actually really awesome. I'd love to know all the tips and secrets in both Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. You're gonna have to teach me sometime.
I actually like Tulip. It's a nice game.
So you can do the skip. You can do the first boss and skip to the Ganon's tower.
Yeah.
Is it hard to do that? It seems like it's really complicated.
At first it was hard, but it's more of a matter of just like doing it over and over again until I can perfect it.
How long did it take you to like kind of get consistent?
Like fuck, a few months, like maybe like 5 months tops. That was
Are-
at the time, so
Are you sub 20?
I think so. No. Only like whenever I do speedruns, I always do like full complete 100% runs.
Oh, you do 100% runs. Okay. I thought you were just trying to be any percent.
No. Oh, yeah, I hate 100%.
Oh, do you guys hear at SDDGQ? Yeah, I think I did that. Yeah, SGDQ. They're gonna be running Breath of the Wild, and a lot of people are upset about that. Does anyone have a opinion?
Why are people upset?
I don't know. Apparently, a lot of the runners they said that they didn't want to do a run, and they all agreed not to do a run. But then some other guy said, "Hey, I'll do a run."
I think it's just too soon to do like a proper run.
I definitely can see that. Yeah. But I can also see that if they did a run now, a lot of people would follow that, and they'd probably find ways to improve upon it. So
Yeah. Did you see that they're doing a full Final Fantasy VII run?
Final Fantasy X?
No, 7.
Wait, which one?
7. Like, sorry, it's cutting off on like 7. Like, you know, at the big one, the one everyone loves, Cloud.
Yeah.
Sephiroth.
Yeah, of course.
They're doing that. Like, they're projecting like 9 hours or something like that. I mean, that's a long run for an SGDQ.
Yeah, that seems a little ridiculous. I'm sorry.
Considering the scope of the game, I mean, they're doing it like in the middle of the night, like starting at like 2 in the morning, so like it's not interrupting like the main time people watch.
Still, that's really weird.
Yeah,
Are they at least doing it like on the? Are they doing like the newest version, like where you can like fast forward 4 times?
No, I don't. Is that even? I don't think any of the Final Fantasy VII ports feature.
Well, if it's like on the original console or if it's a port of the original, then no. But when they re-released it on the PC and a few other like,
So you can do that, okay?
Yeah, they definitely added those. I recently bought, by recently I mean like last year, I bought the Final Fantasy X and X-2 remaster package on Steam. That's a PC game I played. And yeah, they have the option where you can fast forward time for 2x or 4x. So, and I know I've seen people do it on Final Fantasy VII as well. If they allow them to do that, yeah, you can get a pretty reasonable time for Final Fantasy VII. But I mean, honestly, like whenever you're talking about an RPG or something that's like heavily RNG related, I don't take speedrunning seriously. I don't take speedrunning seriously for like Pokemon Red and Blue. I mean, just no.
That's true.
What do you mean? Like you don't like the manipulating RNG and stuff like that?
It just
Worst kind of speedruns.
I don't appreciate those speedruns as much as like a Mario any percent speedrun. Because it comes down to 100% your skill. Where anything else, it's just lucky ran. It's silly. I don't know.
I mean, to each their own. I understand what you mean, and not a lot of people are fans of it either.
It's fun. Just like it's fun to watch, and I can. There's definitely a place for it, but like on a showcase like that, I don't see it. I don't know. Just seems a little. I don't know.
I get you. I follow you.
Like I don't know. Like maybe like if there was a new game plus, I would be more interested in that than like someone just running around a field hoping to get an enemy so that they can level up. I mean, like, there's nothing you can do to hurry up that situation. Waiting for a random encounter. I mean, it's random. Kind of. Okay then. So, yeah, that covers the games. So, last thing we're going to talk about before we end today's podcast is changes going forward with a question mark, which is just me asking, how would you guys like to do these podcasts going forward? Would you like to make any changes to the times or the format of the request streams? I mean, you guys are my patrons, and I am here still in large part because of all of you. So I'm always looking at ways I can improve it. I do apologize for the past month or so, how things have been a little, is infrequent a word? Yes, it is. Yes. Okay. Yeah, things have been a little infrequent, and I haven't been able to, like, for example, finish up the June patron request stream because the monitor broke afterwards and all that kind of issue, which I'm still going to be doing. Like, for me, things will get done. They might not get done as soon as you or I would like, but things will get done. But if there's a better way or suggestion that you think going forward that we can, like, have a more set schedule, or I don't know, just I'm up for suggestions. So just yeah, start yapping. I'm gonna listen. What do you guys think we should do? Either podcast related, stream related. Do you guys want different kinds of perks? Something like this. Anyone?
Go ahead.
Okay. I'm thinking, and a couple people are doing it now, where like if you end up joining like the PC Gaming Master Race or whatever, you should do like a gaming stream, with patrons.
Wait, did you say music gaming master? Wait, what?
No, PC Gaming Master Race.
Oh, I
I was
was
just
about to say.
making a joke. Yeah, if you join like a PC, like you get a multiplayer game, a lot of people can play. You can do like a patron gaming stream.
Okay. I mean, we kind of had that with the Jackbox, but yeah, we could like limit it to patron only. What other kind of games would be good for that? Is there any other like free games?
I think the only one I would really, I guess, be able to join in with would be Mario Kart 8.
But are we talking for the Wii U or the Switch or?
That was PC. Wait, hold on. Mario Kart on PC. Where is that? I want to download that now.
All right, so expanding to different kind of games. Okay, that's a good suggestion. Anyone else have suggestions about what we can do?
Go play player unknown.
I'd love to get all of you to get Battleground. It's in early access, but you have to pay for it, right?
Yeah, it's hard to run for most people.
I'll buy Battlegrounds when it goes. When I have some
Yeah,
money.
there's no hope for me. No hope.
Something that can run on everything. Let me think here.
Well, TF2 can run on everything and it's free.
I mean, why not do?
True that.
So I mean, I wouldn't mind playing Team Fortress 2
TF2,
again.
I'd have to get better at it, and also, I mean, one, I'd have to get better at it, and two, I'd probably have to optimize my Mac somehow so it's not laggy as shit. But it's probably
Unless you
still
have a
gonna be
Mac
laggy
port,
anyway.
I mean,
How about instead of optimizing it, just go and buy a PC?
I will start a
I mean,
GoFundMe for you.
If I had, that would be very nice. Thank you. But I mean, like, having money is nice, but I just don't have it. I don't have money. I work at Chick-fil-A. I need help.
Save up money.
Yeah, yeah, we all have money woes. Basically, like all your patron money has been like spent in Hong Kong the past week. How do you guys feel?
Well, that makes us feel
$15 a month,
better.
that's a big hole in my wallet. Just completely used.
But it's all right, guys. I was king of the world. I did everything.
Just
No Titanic reference.
Yeah, you're actually fine. It's alright.
All right. Anyone else have some suggestions going forward? I mean, do you think that we should make a set time for the podcast? I see advantages and disadvantages at the same time.
The only problem is that it will never work.
Because someone's gonna get fucked over by time zones.
I'm gonna
And
imagine.
that's
Well, that's what I'm.
probably be me.
Well, I think that like if it's early morning my time, it's night. It's like what it is for you guys now. But for Burnout, I know it's really rough. Sorry, Burnout.
Like basically this time of day that basically when we started is like the only 3-hour block I have during the week.
Mm. Well, I mean, like the other option is I do it my night and you guys' morning, or we pick some time during the weekend. But just like getting this podcast, even though we're just doing the podcast now, we've been talking about doing it for like months. We keep talking about doing it, but then it's like, oh, I can't make it, and everyone can't make it, and I don't know. Okay, how about this? How about, yes, we'll still talk about it. We'll talk about doing it, but it'll be kind of like a flash thing. Like I mentioned about today's podcast, what we're doing right now. I mentioned it last night. I just said, hey, who's free tomorrow? A lot of you said that, yeah, I'm probably free. So then we just went with it. Is that style okay for you guys? Just
The best we're gonna get.
because I think if we plan out too far in advance, there's so many things that can happen. Like there's been times where we did that, and then I became unexpectedly busy, and I just couldn't commit to it, or things like that. So
I mean, another cool thing was that we had 3 extra people join in after the fact. So, I mean, even though they didn't join for the whole time, they were still free enough to come in later.
that is true. Yeah. So even the people who say that they can't join, they end up joining anyways.
Yeah, which is cool.
So I think that I'll probably try to do them morning my time, so it's night for most of you. And then if you're free, absolutely jump in. You're welcome. If not, well, we'll try to get you some other time. And either way, this month I would like to try to do 3 podcasts. So this is the first of probably 3. Again, this podcast is basically making up for May, and then we're gonna have another podcast probably in a week, and that'll be making up for June. And then we'll have a podcast near the end of the month, and that should be the true July podcast. But I already have some good ideas for the next podcasts going forward, so we'll talk about them later. All right, is there anything else you guys want to talk about before we end today's podcast? Anyone?
You
Yes.
can change the title to make it accurate.
You
Oh,
misspelled Dgraham's name.
Yeah,
Did I?
Okay, there's that, and also there's something else I want to bring up. But first of all, yeah, you keep misspelling my name. What the hell, man?
I rarely ever misspell your name. I just copied it. From.
Oh.
Yeah, you see. Yeah, I just copied it from last time.
Yeah,
Okay, alright.
should I type it for June or it's gonna be weird? Or no, I'm gonna say May.
Like May? Question mark?
A Discord meetup.
May. That's an 18.
We
A
should do a
Discord-
Discord meetup.
A
No.
Discord meetup.
Please.
Okay.
Discord meetup.
And I didn't even want to like write the names because I know it's so many.
You could put the people in the description if you need to.
I guess so. If you guys will help me, I'll just like copy and paste it, and I'll even put your like Twitter handle or YouTube channel if you want.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
All right. Well, we'll do that afterwards. All right. I'll definitely work on the title, but it should be updated for now. But we're just crossing the 2-hour mark, which seems like a good stopping point. And yeah, I want to say thanks for all of you who did join. I mean, like I said, this is like the biggest one we've had yet. I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, at least 10.
2, 3, 4, 0, 0, 7.
God damn it, Dgraham.
1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 7.
That's what I thought, yeah.
We can also do like games in like the next podcast, like someone hums a tune and we have to guess which song it is, or it's like, or like which song am I thinking about, and then you guys give clues, and we'll give points to people who guess with the least amount of clues. Dun, 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 dun. Can you guess that one?
Yeah, that's Max X.
Oh shit, man, you got it.
Told you.
All right, guys. So, yeah, take care. I'll chat with you all in Discord, and just really want to say thanks for 1, supporting, 2, for making the time and getting out here, and yeah, I hope you guys are ready for another one next week. Maybe the same time, maybe just same time, same place.
One more question before we log off.
Sure.
Just really quick. You're playing today, right?
Yeah, but I probably won't be playing streaming because I will probably play on the white machine today.
Oh, okay. I was gonna ask that in case you were streaming what time.
Yeah, no streams. I'm gonna try to figure out a way that I can stream at the white machine, but that's gonna come whenever it comes. Bobby, you just joined. Bobby, you joined us too late. Hey Bobby, check Hangouts. Bobby, I sent you a message on Hangouts, I think yesterday. Please reply. I miss your messages. I just miss your messages.
Man, it's so sad.
Alright, Bobby, we'll talk soon. Everyone else. Alright, if you guys still want to chat, I may be able to chat a little more, but just go to the general channel. But that's going to wrap it up for podcast number 5, the May podcast. Alright, guys, take care, and yeah, say goodbye.
All your base are belong to us.
I eat ass.
Don't smile because tomorrow.
Alright, yeah.
I don't know who invited me to this group, but like I said, this is a large amount of stress.
Okay.
people that
Okay, I'm ending.